Hello, welcome, and thank you for subbing on my YouTube video. My name is Kat, and this is my first ever video on this channel. I hope for this channel I can make it a safe place for both upcoming, new, and veteran cosplayers. For this channel I'll be sharing some of my experience with other cosplayers, some tips for conventions, and some bad experiences that I had in and out of cons that I hope won't happen to you. I'll be sharing some stories as well on how I decided to get in cosplaying hobby, how I made some of my amazing cosplay friends in the beginning of my cosplay experience. But before I get into those stories and tips for this video, I'd like my audience to get to know me. So like I said, my name is Kat. I go by she, her pronouns, and in December, I'm not telling you what day, is my birthday. I am somewhere in the year of cosplaying. My cosplay anniversary is October 19th, where I hope I can do a mini celebration with my followers and cosplay friends. Most of my cosplays at the time are from the series Danganronpa, but I have upcoming cosplays from multiple series. For example, I have characters from Your Turn to Die and The Promised Neverland coming soon. I do have social media like TikTok and Instagram that I'll be putting in the description for you to follow as well if you want, but I'm trying to stay away from TikTok for the time being because some people I know in real life found my page and follows me. They won't tell me their accounts, so I can't block them, but they are sharing my videos and making fun of me. But on Instagram, I do post a lot in and out of cosplay, and most of my posts are like shit posts that for some strange reason have more likes than my non-shit posts. I do share an Instagram with some other Danganronpa cosplayers where we sometimes post regularly on our stories, and we are trying to find more people from the Danganronpa series to join. So if you're interested, please DM us and we'll get back to you. We do not do double the character, so it's first come, first serve for that. If you happen to see me at conventions, please come up to me and say hi. But I have some things that I'm comfortable with that some cosplayers are not comfortable with, and the other way around. Starting with what makes me comfortable with is number 1, coming to say hi. Number 2, acting in character depending on what character I'm cosplaying as. Number 3, asking for photos. Number 4, joining the group I'm currently hanging out with as long as everyone's okay with it. Number 5, non-food gifts. Number 6, art. I literally hang anyone's art on my wall just so I can stare at it for hours at a time. And number 7, social media. Now, things that I'm uncomfortable with is following us around, although you think that we don't notice. We notice, like, literally everything, especially when I'm in a large group. Circling me or my group, that has happened before. Touching our wigs or outfits. Asking for my age. Asking for my phone number. Hanging out any food-related gifts, unless I'm close to you in a personal level. Number 7, pulling me away from the crowd. Everything in the dance has happened to me or someone I know, and it's just very dangerous how things can just happen at conventions. So be careful about that. And I think it would be a good idea to start setting some boundaries at the very beginning of my YouTube videos. Now that my intro is done, I can tell some of my stories. Since this is my first ever video, I think it would be appropriate to start with what got me into cosplaying in my first anime. So for my cosplay story, I started watching anime / playing anime video games at the beginning of COVID-19 pandemic with the series Danganronpa, which most of my friends know me for cosplaying as. After I finished the series, I fell in love with cosplayers and how amazing they felt, but I felt like I could never do it because I would never be talented enough or confident in myself. At the beginning of my anime reception, I actually promised my siblings that I would never cosplay because, in their logic, I would turn into a cosplayer, then gay and lesbian, then a furry. For your information, there is nothing wrong with any of those things that I just listed. I support all hobbies that people are doing that is safe, and being in the LGBT plus community is not wrong, and my siblings who mentioned that is super transphobic and homophobic. That's why I haven't been able to come out to my family yet as whatever the heck I am. So I'm trying to hide my hobby for about a month, which I had to ask my mother for her opinion on how to sew one part of my costume together. And after a while, I finally got my first cosplay together. In October, it took me a couple of weeks to finally put on because I knew my family would come burst into my room anytime or call me out to dinner. But on October 19th, I said fuck it and put it on with everything, making Himiko Yamano my first ever cosplay and my favorite so far because she was the start of it all. And how I made some of my amazing friends. Getting into cosplay is a different story. So when I first obsessing over anime, I was also obsessing over cosplay because I saw some amazing cosplayers on TikTok. I thought they were the best thing ever, like I said, and how confident they were acting in front of the audience. Near the point of me breaking, I wanted to get into cosplay. I was looking up cosplay panels on YouTube and how happy they looked acting in front of the audience. As I was watching the panels, they opened up the questions to the audience on YouTube, and I made a tough decision to ask if I should cosplay. It was really hard for me to ask because I was scared for the answers and was worried I misspelled a word or repeated a word because sometimes I do that, making me sound immature or something. But their answer really changed me, although it would have been the same any cosplayers would say to anyone who's nervous about joining. It's been a long time since I heard it, so it's not word for word, but I remember it as, quote, I believe anyone can cosplay, no matter your race, your body shape, or even your gender doesn't even matter. Once you get into your first cosplay, you become that character. No matter if there's multiple of that person, you are that character. I was once a shy person myself, but I'm now making a fool of myself in front of all these people. That cosplayer who said that was Kaito Momosa, Luminary of the Stars from Danganronpa V3. I truly believe that statement though. No matter what you are, you can cosplay as long as you're not doing anything offensive. So do your research before you do anything you're unsure about, or talk to someone who knows the correct answer. If one person points out anything offensive, apologize to anyone you have hurt and then change it. I know it sounds like a normal thing to do, but some people don't know that way and they start getting fights with other cosplayers because they don't think it offends a culture. So make sure you don't offend any culture you're cosplaying from and do your research. Now at this point I have no idea what to talk about, so here's some series that I've been in or just started. So I only talked about Danganronpa, but before Danganronpa I was in the series Doki Doki Literature Club, which I do cosplay from, which is Sayuri, which I don't wear her often. It's pretty rare to see me on, because I don't feel right in her, but like that's a different story. But I also have Himiko Yamano from Danganronpa V3, like I said, and right now I am putting on makeup for Kurumi Tojo. As you can see, I only have one set of my makeup done because I have a wig covering up half my face for the non-makeup part, so you'll see that later. For my favorites, it would have been Himiko, I was my favorite, Kurumi Tojo, I was my second favorite, and then Sayuri from Doki Doki Literature Club. In the series that I'm interested in, I have Danganronpa, Doki Doki Literature Club. I am playing Your Turn to Die. I'm somewhat into Genshin Impact. For animes that I watched, I'm in like the second season of Attack on Titans. I finished The Promised Neverland. Shadow House, I'm somewhere near that. And I'm on the second part of JoJo. maybe the first season of Death Note. I'm not sure about that. And out of cosplay, I like animals. I love animals, actually. Not in a weird way, just so my friend doesn't call me furry again. You know, here you are. I love going outside, although it's like 100 degrees Fahrenheit right now. And I love baking. School is starting soon, or already started, depending on when I'm recording this. So I won't be posting constantly, but I do write some things down to make great content for anyone who stumbles on this channel. Now I'd love to get to know my audience a little bit more, so if you're comfortable, I would love to hear how you got into cosplaying or your first cosplay. And if you're not a cosplayer yet, or if you're never going to be a cosplayer, talk about your favorite anime and why people should watch it. If I missed any tips that I'm going to be mentioning in a second, write those down as well. I would love to hear them, along with upcoming cosplayers. Before I get into these tips, I forgot to mention that some of my videos will contain of my dance moves. Ignore them. I'm a terrible dancer. I have music playing in my fake AirPods as I was putting on this costume so I don't disturb my family members. As I was searching up tips, I noticed that my Discord channels have some makeup or cosplay tips for newer cosplayers. So thank you, Lenny, my fave, for putting these down that I literally just copied and pasted to put on my videos. So Len's, my favorite, literally put number 1, put primer on evenly. Number 2, put foundation on evenly. Number 3, put concealer below eye, 1 line on nose and 2 lines on chin. Number 4, spread it evenly. Number 5, contour cheekbones just a little bit. Number 6, add blush on cheeks and a tiny bit on chin. 7, add highlighter to cheek. Number 8, put eyeshadow on. Number 9, do eyeliner. Number 10, add lashes if you want. Number 11, add lipstick or gloss. Number 12, add any extra details. I also found a website with some tips that I'll link down in the description as well for you to look at that if I'm missing any. Number 1, Halloween wigs suck. They itch, expensive, and they shed. And they can't even be styled. Go with the pro wigs that you find on like Amazon or Wish. Number 2, any large part of your costume needs to be foldable so they can fit through doors and be packed in cars. Number 3, if you're too scared to start and fail and then quit, start small. Number 4, make sure any of the weapons, especially guns, are looking fake, so you don't cause panic when you whip them out in the subway or street. Go with vibrant colors. Number 5, just because you don't have a huge following doesn't mean you're a good cosplayer. Everyone starts out small. Number 6, goal of cosplaying is having fun. Number 7, ignore bad comments from Marvel cosplayers or people on the internet. They're just jealous. Number 8, don't worry about looking silly or goofy. Just try your best. Number 9, don't be intimidated by popular cosplayers. They started out just like you. Number 10, never cosplay a character you think everyone will like. It's your enjoyment that's important. Number 11, make sure you design pockets in your cosplay so they can hold phones, wallets, keys, etc. Number 12, most cosplay critics have never attempted a costume of their own. Ignore them, they're petty and jealous. Number 13, conventions are loaded with security guards. If you feel unsafe, flag one down. Number 14, don't be afraid to tell someone to back off because they're getting too close. Use this quote if needed. Quote, I don't want to damage my costume. End quote. Number 15, start designing your cosplay several months in advance. It'll give you more time to improve and accessorize. I know tons of people who con crush and it's just a huge mess. I even done it myself. It's I don't recommend it. Number 16. If your cosplay isn't coming together, don't panic. Ask for helps and ideas on the internet, also this YouTube channel. Cosplay is more about fun and embracing your love for the character than accuracy. Number 21. Don't be afraid to reach out to anyone who has the same cosplay as you and ask for help. Number 22. It can take months to build a great cosplay. Don't get frustrated. Number 23. Your cosplay can be as simple as a single prop or complicated as transforming cardboard cloud. It's up to you. Number something. Most hotels have an ironing board. Don't go out and cosplay with wrinkled cosplays. They're a mess. Number something. Bring a portable charger. My phone almost dies at every convention because I'm taking so many photos and trading social media with everyone that I come across because I love conventions and they're so much fun to meet other people like you. And my phone almost dies. So I usually get my portable chargers at Five Below because they're literally $5 or under, and I am just able to lose them or they get stolen, and I'm like, okay, that was $2. I'll buy a new one. I'll live. Although I'm a very cheap person in real life out of cosplays. I know it doesn't sound like a valid excuse, but it is. Number something. Don't be afraid to take breaks. So many people are caught up in fun, but they don't care about their personal hygiene or anything, leading to so much disasters, which I'll be getting into in just a second. Number something. Keep food money and spending money separate so you can actually eat. Some people forget to eat. I know who you are. They're watching my videos right now. Have you eaten today? You know who you are. Eat. Or whoever's I'm not talking to and just watching this video, did you eat today? I hope you did, because you also need to eat, random person. You don't need to buy a wig head. Just have something put your wigs on that you can hang, or I got a helpful tip from my friend Elle, which I'll be talking about in the second video. Said to put it in a bag and then stuff it in a container. That's pretty much what I got from them. Number something. Read wig reviews. Those are very helpful. Depending on what cosplay you want. If you want a really cheap one, read the wig review, because some of the wigs just are terrible cheap and they're bad. Petticoats make your cosplay fluffy, and I love fluffy cosplays. They're literally my best friend for cosplaying. Closet cosplays are the best thing ever. So many people hate on closet cosplays because they're quote-unquote not canon enough. Anything is really canon. Number something. Literally, take care of your personal hygiene. So many people forget about that. So take care of your stink. That's the end of the tips. But now I feel like I need to make a statement to all the quote-unquote normal people out there who think cosplay is cringe and bullies us until we stop. Cosplaying is a fucking hobby. We do this because we enjoy it, not to please others. Sure, we get compliments, and those are very important to us, but we go out in public because we want to break the normalcy of what people think life is about and crap like that. But my friend Elle, who I'll be introducing in the next video, said that a group of them had to chase down other group of cosplayers to warn them about the mall that they were at, because some people were harassing us. And some guy at the mall was following one of my friends around, trying to talk to them, but they didn't want any interaction with them, so they just ignored them. until he called them racist and how they hate black people, although they did nothing to him. She was just trying to mind her own business, and he came out of nowhere harassing her. They had to meet at the store to keep each other safe until they had to leave and crap like that. And how we couldn't find any security guards because it's just hard to find and crap like that. The world is becoming a worse and worse place for cosplayers or anyone who doesn't fit the normalcy, and how scary it is for us to be followed around by grown-ass adults and grown-ass teenagers harassing us everywhere we go, especially minors. We were all minors when this was happening, and I don't care if it's for fun or it wasn't that serious or a crap excuse like that. It's ridiculous how people do that, and if we were in quote-unquote normal clothing, we wouldn't have been harassed. We would have actually had help from other people, but none of that was happening when we were in cosplays, because people are scared of cosplayers because we have a certain disease of breaking the normalcy, because crap like that is super frustrating. And crap like that. I'm using crap a lot, I'm sorry, but I am frustrated how this keeps on happening to us. But like, the world needs to become a better place for people out of the normalcy of sports or music. It's fucking ridiculous how this happens. This is not the first time this happened to us. We are young adults, and these are grown-ass men following us around. I'm pretty sure I made that clear already, but it's so fucking gross. So fucking gross. I lost my cool there for a second, but thank you for staying and watching the whole video. I talked about the links in the description, which I am going to hopefully do depending if I figure it out. If I don't, I'll talk about that in the second video on how stupid I was. And I hope I see you in the next video. Have a good day, everyone.